Honestly, I'm starting to like using this thing, but this will be the first time I'm using it with a shotgun microphone. So hopefully we don't pick up unwanted ambience. I just realized I also forgot to start my screen recorder. So sync, and hopefully that worked. Hello everybody. Today it's mostly going to be like talking about something again, but specifically talking about USBs, because I have a few USBs that I try to keep on me, technically 4 USBs specifically. I try to do 5, but we're going to be making the 5th one because easier this way. But 4 USBs, technically 5, which is actually Kali Linux on this one. There's a little label on it that's being blown out by the lighting. Windows 10, as odd that sounds, but you know, sometimes it actually is easier for people to use Windows. Ubuntu Linux, because it is a starter distribution, so might as well get people introduced into something, and as well as Tails OS, which is more so like a ghost operating system, because you could plug this in to the entire computer, and if you wanted to, you could make the files you made and saved on here persistent to where they will work throughout the system. Or you could just do what I do, which is, you know, try to make sure that you say, hey, can I borrow your computer? Password, this operating system has a what's it called? KeyPass, what is KeyPass? Password generator. This operating system has the password manager I use on it already, so I don't have to do much work. But if I was ever at, like, say, a hotel or at a friend's house and I need to use their PC because mine died or something, who knows? This and whatever I have my passwords on, most likely another USB that I would carry, is all I really need to get into certain accounts and, you know, send off emails, check accounts, whatever. But that's what we're going to be doing today, because this one I am updating and putting my current operating system on here, Fedora. Now, Fedora is a very interesting operating system, as it is almost entirely open source, because all of the software and stuff, whenever you get it, is only open source software, firmware, all of it, and anything proprietary you will have to manually download. I personally learned this the hard way from trying to actually edit and export some of these videos. There are a lot of transcodings in here, which I thankfully got rid of, but still, it's a little annoying. But enough of that said, let's get on to making this USB for Fedora. Okay, so it just finished downloading, and what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just open our media writer. Right now I'm just using Fedora Media Writer because I just have it installed. You can use something else like Rufus if you're on Windows, or Balena Etcher if you're on basically any other operating system including Windows. It is in fact a preferred, but I just have this one immediately open, so it's going to be faster. But we're going to go ahead, select the ISO file, then go to which file and which drive we want. I have a 16 gigabyte flash drive in here, so we're going to then select the operating system I'd like. Fedora KDE, as you can see, I also have a few others in this folder. Open, write, and it's going to erase it. It's also going to ask for a password. So I type in my password, hopefully correctly. Okay, what the heck? Ah, dang. Let me try. Might not have been the right password. Up next, we're going to go ahead and download a another application known as Boolean Etcher. It is in fact an imaging application, so if you have one that you prefer over this, go ahead and use that. But all you're going to do is use any imaging application to write to your USB. I currently have a 16 gig USB, so that's what we're going to be looking for. But at the same time, it's all, you know, kind of the same. Now, in terms of installing Boolean Etcher, there are multiple different ways, but if you are on Linux, then you should be able to just go ahead, do a sudo installer install, and actually install Etcher. But this is also a open GitHub project, so you can just go ahead through there and build from source. Why you want to do that, I don't know. Maybe you just really want to benchmark your PC. So the first thing you want to do whenever you actually have Etcher open is use flash from file. For here, we're going to go ahead, since we have the recents tabs open, we're going to go ahead and do boolean.kde, because that's the one that I downloaded. Open this here, and we don't need to change this, but if you did, you could just go ahead and change it to whatever USB you have. I'm currently overwriting my original Fedora KDE installation USB. So it's going to say the same name, but it's a 16 gigabyte drive. You don't need 16 gigabytes. 8 gigabytes should be more than enough for any Linux ISO, I believe. But we're going to go ahead, select that location, and then hit flash. From there, we will be prompted with a password, enter it, cool, but that is all you actually have to do. It's going to go ahead, flash, verify, and then from there, you can go ahead and install it onto any computer you're trying to install it on, or if you have a live boot drive that you're trying to just test and play around in, like Tails, then you could just go ahead, boot into it, and it's basically the same thing. Okay, so this will take a while depending on your system. For me, it will take longer than it will for you to watch this video, so go ahead, try it out, and that will be all.